Hey, 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 everyone. Teacher Rebecca back again. Hey. So today is day 3 of the 14-day challenge given to me by Teacher Casey. So make sure you check out her profile. I'll link it below. She has similar videos to mine. So I'm not trying to steal her thunder or anything, but the challenge is talking about our teacher life. Today is all about books. The books that we like to use in our classroom, we like to read in our classroom, whether it's brick and mortar classroom or it's the online classroom. We all have our favorite standbys that we absolutely love. So I scavenged my bookshelves and I found the books because we just recently moved. So we unpacked our books, unpacked our kids' books. And so here's a few of the books that I've used in my kindergarten classroom years ago, and some that my daughter loves because my daughter just turned 6, and so she's now diving into these books that I had stashed away for a long time because I've been online teaching for 6 years now. So a lot of the books came with me and were not suitable for newborns or toddlers. But now they are. So now she's enjoying them. So Teacher Casey is super excited to see your day 3. Yes, yes. And right after this, head over to her profile. She's doing a video on how to transition from brick and mortar teaching to online teaching. So that's gonna be a fun one to watch after this. So one of my daughter's favorite books that I never used while teaching like kindergarten, but I wish I did, were these books. Amelia Bedelia. I like these books because they're fun. They um, use the English language and they have a play on the words. And you're like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. What do you mean by draw the curtains? You like drawing the curtains? No, it means opening the curtains. So she's learning the English language. In fact, we like them so much that my husband and I bought the whole set. Or maybe, I don't know. There's probably more than this, but we got all kinds of these. So I know these are more read aloud books, but soon she can read them to us. So this is good. This is one of her favorite ones. The baby. So she likes that one. Some other books that I like to use in my class are some chapter books. So every day they would come in from recess or from lunch. We have like a cool down time. We don't do like nap time in the full day kindergarten. We just don't have time for that. But we have like a 10 minutes. Let's just sit at our desks. Let's just hang tight. I'm going to read you a story. And so we start off with The Mouse and the Motorcycle. And I read like a chapter a day or half a chapter, whatever I felt like doing. And there were just a few pictures. And what I did was I photocopied the pictures. So when they had these pictures, I photocopied them and I made them huge. And I put that picture on the whiteboard so that they could see that one picture throughout the chapter, because it's like, look at this, kids, like it's so small I can't see it. So that I did that, so you can see it. And then I got the sequels, Runaway Ralph and Ralph S. Mouse, so I have the full set. Later on we did Mr. Popper's Penguins, which is not like the movie Mr. Popper's Penguins. They are different. uh yeah, Amelia Bedelia is cute. It is fun. I wish I had that when I was teaching it. Many teachers call it Dear. Drop everything and read. Oh, I like that. We just called it like a little quiet chill time. I didn't have a fancy name for it. But I didn't want the parents thinking, we're doing nap time for 2 hours. No, we're just doing a little cool off time because they've been running around for 30 minutes. We need to kind of reset. We'll listen to a story and then we'll go to our afternoon thing. Uh, Here's another one, Stuart Little. That's always a fun one to read. Standard by, and when I was older, I loved reading Henry Huggins to myself, and so I think it'd be great to use in a classroom as well. Some other good standard standbys that are great to use are, anybody remember this one? Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. We've all been there, where this like it's the worst day ever. So this has sequels as well as this one. So those are kind of fun to do. You've never read Mr. Papa Penguins. You know what? Neither did I until I started teaching it, and I realized it is not like the movie at all. They really changed it like a lot from the movie. So it's another one of those short chapter books. Each chapter is very short, so that's kind of fun to do. Got to go find it like on Amazon or something. Um, Another one is The Little Engine That Could. We all need that little motivation of, we can do it, we can do it, we can do it. And did you know that there's a sequel to this? It's called I Knew You Could. So this is like, it's a book on the stops in your life. I don't know if it's a sequel per se, but they kind of go together. So it's kind of fun. It's like, I knew you could, I knew you could, I knew you could, I knew you could. Kind of motivate the students along a little bit. We love Corduroy. Corduroy is a good book. And let's see. Oh yeah, we got to have a little bit of this in our classroom. Dr. Seuss, March is his birthday. So come March, we always like decorate hats for Cat in the Hat. And for a long time, my students thought that the author was the Cat in the Hat. No, the author is Dr. Seuss or Thaddeus Theater. I don't know. This is actually his moniker, his fake name. But we talked about how the author is different than the character in the book. Talked about trying new things. I have a whole collection of Dr. Seuss stuff. So that's kind of fun to do in March when he was alive. Those are the books I brought today. I have a huge collection of books that we like to do. I actually have a little box for every month. So I have a September box. I bring that out. It's like a little magazine box. And September, that comes out on my counter. Everything else stays in the bookshelf, and we just read from the September box, and then those go away, and then I have October books, and then I have November books. So each books goes with the holidays in that month or the season of that month. So October, November has the fall leaves. December has the snow and the Christmas stories. More snow in January. And it was nice to kind of keep that counter uncluttered and keep it all stored away in a bookshelf with doors. So I had two bookshelves in my classroom. One had doors that no kids went into. These were the read aloud books. And then one that was open that kids could take from and read whenever they wanted to. So that was nice to categorize it. And I have the same philosophy here at home too. So my monthly books are still in that closed cabinet, and I'll bring out one a month for my daughters to read. But then they have a huge bookshelf of whenever they want to books that they can grab whatever. Let's go back to Teacher Casey. I'm missing my classroom now. I know, kind of, so am I. I did that for 5 years, been online for 6 years. I've used some books with teaching online, but there's not always time to use books when you're given a pre-made curriculum. Yup, you got it. Theater, Seuss, Geisel. I think it's Geisel. I think it's German. Yeah. And it was always fun to ask the students to figure out how old he would be if he's still alive. Because he was born a long time ago. He's like over 100 years old. Well, he would be over 100 years old. So it's kind of fun to do a little math in there too, to see how old he would be. Obviously, he's not alive right now because that'd be like really, really old. She had a monthly bin of books too. Yes, I think that's so, so helpful because, why am I having Christmas books out in September or in May? I did notice that springtime has a lot less holidays. Once you pass March, like you have February, which is Valentine's Day, 100th day of school, all kinds of hard stuff. Once you hit March, you're like, okay, I got St. Patrick's Day, got Dr. Seuss Day. April, we have Easter and just springtime. May, we have springtime and graduation. I mean, there's not a whole lot of stuff. So my springtime became like March, April, May in one box because there's not a whole lot of holidays that you celebrate in spring. So it's a lot of just like flowers and butterflies and that kind of stuff. Fun idea to do the age. Looked it up. Yeah, 1904. Yikes! I know. And did you know that he was turned down a ton of times before he got published? In his first book he ever wrote was To Think That I Saw It in Mulberry Street, which is one of my favorites. And he was turned down like 30, 40, 50 times before somebody says, okay, I like this, I'll publish this. And then he just took off, but he never gave up. I mean, if I was him, it'd be like 10 times, I'm done. But he kept going and kept asking to be published. So I'm really glad that he never gave up. In June, I pulled the Oceans and Dinosaurs. That's fun. In my school, we always ended the day before / after Memorial Day. I thought I'd make it without her. That didn't happen. So we always ended in May. So I didn't have anything for June. But I like the idea of doing more generic things like oceans and dinosaurs and those kinds of things for the summer months when there's not as many holidays. We did a little bit like Mother's Day. We never got to Father's Day because that's a June holiday. But that was good. You want to say hi to Teacher Casey again? Okay, so that's it for today. Come back tomorrow to see what day 4 is. And in about 10 minutes, head over to Teacher Casey's channel to see what she has to say about teaching in the classroom and teaching online. Okay, say bye to your friends. Say, you want to wave? Bye.